So we've loaded in the sketch that I made using Procreate, and that's just on this working layer. We've got the manipulated base plan, which is scaled 1 inch equals 50 feet. I like a nice, easy scale to work with because that just makes everything a lot easier when you're dividing by 50 feet versus like something odd, like, 1 to 300 or something like we had it before. So with that, I'm going to put in a couple of lines here, and then I'm going to pull this into Photoshop so that we can make um, some additional rendered site plan types of things. So um, I locked this working layer. I'm just going to call this hand sketch because that's what it is. And then I'm going to layer 8, we'll just do new plaza because that will help me remember what that is. So I'm going to extend this straight across, and I'm just going to really quickly drop this in here, and I'm going to use my eyedropper tool. That's just the eye key. And then I want this to line up. So I've just done my direct selection, and I'm just going to kind of align this here and here. And then I'm going to come over and align this to St. Paul Street on this other side. This I'm going to leave where it is. Oops, I want this to be a little bit more narrow, so I'm going to just kind of sneak this down. And then I'm going to also add, I'm just going to, stormwater management. I'm just going to add some additional shapes here, and I'm just going to use this pen tool and just kind of trace this drawing that I made. And it doesn't have to be perfect right now. And I want this to be kind of a green color, just so that I remember what it is. And it doesn't, let's see, kind of like medium brightish green. And I'll adjust this when I bring it back in from the Photoshop section. But for now, whoops, I grabbed the whole thing. I just wanted these anchor points. And you know what? These are hard for me to see, so I'm going to change this color. I'm just double clicking on this. I want the outline to be magenta so I can see it better. Now I can see it. So I'm going to just add some features in here just quickly, and it doesn't have to be perfect, but it will help me. I'm going to add, I'm hitting P, and then A gets me back to my direct selection, but I want this kind of like stormwater um, bit here. Just into place as needed. And then I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm just going to draw a line, and then I'm just holding and clicking and then closing it. You can see you can see here that the cursor or the anchor on the pen, it changes from a minus to a star. That means to add one, or the plus sign means to add one. And then when you get that little O shape, that means that that you're closing it. So I've got some things here, a little lawn area. And again, I'm just clicking once for a straight corner and then click and hold for the curved. And then if I want to adjust it, I use my direct selection tool, which is this. So I've got kind of my basic area here. And then I also want to fill this in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make myself an underlay here. And I want it to be just kind of the same shape as all of this. And I've got some, I'm going to do one more stormwater bit. This guy. And then you see that, oh, that click's like closed. Okay, so now I've got, a couple of areas. And then I want to overlay this. So I'm gonna do another layer, and I've just unlocked the street layer, and I'm gonna select these guys. I'm holding shift. And actually I need this little bit from this new plaza, this guy. And I'm gonna copy these. And then I'm gonna turn off my new plaza. I'm gonna turn off everything. I'm gonna make a new layer here. And I'm gonna call it underlay. And then I'm gonna hit edit paste in place. And now we have this shape. I don't really need this one. This one that's underneath. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get this triangular shape. So I'm gonna Command A or select all and use this shape builder tool here. And oops, I'm gonna undo that. You see it just gave me this shape right here. That's all I needed to do. So I'm just gonna delete the rest of these. And then all I need to do is, okay, so this is an extra point. I'm gonna use my pen tool. So I have P and I'm gonna delete that one. And then I don't need these. And then I want this, actually, I'm kind of happy about that. I think this, um, make this guy go in just a little bit. And now I have sort of just like my design area. It's really boring. It's nothing fancy yet. Um, but it's going to allow me to then start to think about how to make this into a rendered plan. So right now I'm ready to export. I'm going to hit File, Export, Export As, and it's going to come with a little pop-up, and I want a PNG, and I'm going to save it into Project 2, and I'm going to hit Artboard because that will get rid of the extra that I don't need. So right here, and if you want to just do the first artboard, or pardon me, artboard, you can do range. I'm just going to hit all because I just have the one artboard. And I'm going to say Penn Station base. And then I'm going to bring this into Photoshop and we can start playing around on Photoshop. I'm going to pause there. This is just kind of like you're setting up for your base map, and then we will go to Photoshop. So I'm going to pause and we'll be right back.